Alright, we're in the new continent and we're finally gonna get to explore some more stuff outside of just this one little town. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's nothing over there. And this is the desert that everyone was talking about. Oh, there's the tower that we can see right in the middle. It's nice that we don't have to explore all of this on ground anymore. We can just zip around and find it, and then just explore it. Now that said, we probably are gonna have trouble with levels if we do it like that, but it's still cool that we don't actually need to do all the ground exploring. Obviously there's gonna be stuff like this, where there's no good spot to land, and we're gonna have to travel a lot on foot. But like for the desert, I'm pretty sure we can just flop our ship right down. Nope, I am completely wrong. We're gonna have to explore that entire thing, which is still pretty cool. Oh, we've got some holes in the ground. That's probably that's a lot of 5, 6 dungeons, presumably. But who knows? Probably not, because if those are all dungeons, I mean that's just a lot of dungeons right next to each other. I mean, right? That seems like a lot of dungeons. Now I'm surprised I've blown over most of the land now, and I've yet to see any, demon's castle or anything like that. So perhaps it only shows up once you actually, get all the crystals lit up and all that nonsense. So I don't know. I'm really not sure, but for now, we're going to land way off over here to the east, and we're going to head southeast and see if we can get to that town down there, see if it's got some good stuff for us. Desert Beretta. These guys look like absolute units, so I'm going to put everyone on one guy. Yeah, I'm not surprised that they're tanking my physical attacks. I wonder if we're going to have to use elemental attacks on these guys. Risa seemed to do good damage, so I'm going to let her keep doing her thing. But as for you, I'm going to have you test on Dara and see how well that works for us. Oh wow, these guys do a lot of damage too. Okay, maybe I just got unlucky before by not doing like any damage with block, because now we were able to do a pretty decent chunk of damage with him, but it might just be largely up to luck, if we're being honest. Okay, fortunately we were able to kill him before he did another 100 damage to my team. But yeah, that's going to be a bit problematic. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to canoe in this water, but I cannot, unfortunately. I'm going to avoid the swamps because I feel like they're probably going to have stronger enemies in it. But I don't know, who could say. Hill Gigas? I mean, I'm presuming by this point, we're strong enough to one-shot them. We are not, actually. But it should be fine nonetheless. Oh, okay, we can one-shot them. It's just we need a little bit luck for it. You can't get it every single time, but that's fine. And we're about halfway there already, and we've only encountered like 2 or 3 enemies. Yeah, we're pretty much here by now. So I'm not gonna worry. You know what? Yeah, speaking of not worrying, I'm going to just cast magic, because I'm probably going to sleep in this town anyways. So I can just defend with everyone and one-shot these guys with some magic. Hopefully she does it sooner rather than later. But either way, it should be fine. It doesn't matter much. We're going to go into town either way. And that should be the end of them. Yeah, unless they're like higher level and have more defense and HP and stuff, because we're in like the sticks, or like, the northern continent in general. They should be dead in one, and they were, so that's good. Lupagami, though. Honestly, I completely agree with him. Let's take a peek at your reflection in the water. Ugh, you're filthy. Use this to wash up. It's the same fountain from before, bruh. It's a rude-ass fountain. Lapagami. Lapagami do. Lapagami do, okay. I do think I might be getting sick. So I sound a bit stuffy right now, but that's fine. You can just ignore that. This place seems pretty cool, but there's not much to do so far. There's just a lot of people saying Lapagami Do, which I'm sure means something, but I have no idea what that is. And a lot of the town, rather, a lot of the buildings are like boarded up and stuff. You know what? I wonder if the ferry would let me communicate with these guys. And then they could tell me something. I don't remember where they said the ferry was, which is quite unfortunate. It seems like there is nothing to do here, and there's not even a place to sleep. But I think we should be fine to just get back to our airship. I don't think it was very far. And then I guess we have to choose between either going to the dungeon or going to, like, the caves or that one, like, woodland mansion or whatever. Oh, wow, green minotaurs? I definitely want to kill... Oh, there's zombie minotaurs. Oh my god, I can't get to the one in the middle. Oh! I got to him. Okay. I definitely want to kill these guys fast. So I'm going to use Confuse and hope that they start hitting each other. But... I mean, yeah, we're probably going to end up going to the desert, if we're being real, because I feel like the other places seemed further away, and I don't want to go too crazy far. I know that if I start exploring things out of order as in, like, not how they show up on the map, then I feel like I'm going to get confused. And obviously I don't want that, because then I won't know where I have and haven't been. So I say we just go to the desert. It's probably going to be a long trek into the desert, because, you know, obviously we can't land in the desert, we learned. So we're going to have to just find a place to land and travel a very long distance. I am also going to be a little bit, you know, flippant, I think is a word, with my mana, because I'm going to a town anyway, so I can just use my big AoE magic and not worry about it so much. My AoE heals. Same with these guys. I'm just gonna use my Raga and just defend, but like, it really doesn't matter, because I'm not going through a dungeon, so I can just get to the village, get to my boat, and then it's a simple matter of just getting to a town, and we're gonna be chilling, so I'm really not worried about that. But once we start actually going into the desert, we're gonna have to be a lot more cautious, because not only are we gonna have to explore the whole desert, we're gonna have to explore the whole, you know, dungeon inside of the desert. It looks like we're gonna have to land in the bottom right, and that's how you get in. So that's good. I am actually, you know what, before I do that, obviously I knew I was gonna come here to heal up, but even outside of that, I want to figure out where the fairies are. Fly something, no, that's impossible. You know what? Someone said they saw a bright light traveling west. So that doesn't really help us, because everywhere we have to go is west. And I mean, that's already what we're doing. We're going to the desert, which is to the west, southwest, but pretty much everything is to the southwest from this place because it's so far north. But you know what? It's probably over here. Where was that Highland Mansion? I don't remember. Was it here? Maybe the ferry's there then? But I have no idea how to get in there. There's no entrance. Maybe I can go across this water? But even then, I'm like confused as to where to land. Maybe all the way over here? But that seems like a crazy trek. I guess I'll just do the dungeon first. You know what? No, I do want to go this way out. They said the ferry is to the west. And this is definitely to the west. So we're gonna go this way. We're gonna be a little bit sparing with our spells. Not too sparing, but a little bit. Because these guys are crazy strong. And apparently Thunder does a lot of damage to them. That was a lot. More than I expected, which I'm very happy about. Hopefully we can kill them all now. They're like hard focusing Risa. Actually, never mind. For some reason I thought they hit Risa twice. Now they're hard focusing Risa, which is definitely a big problem, but hopefully he dies here. Okay, that is very, very good. We shouldn't have to worry about Risa yet, but I'm going to use some healing magic on her anyways because she took quite a bit of damage. And we're going to have to go through this little mini desert, I believe. Now, what's really going to get us messed up is if we travel all the way over there, and it turns out that we can't go through the little river. Because if we can't go... But yeah, if we can't go through the little river, then that means that... Hold on, let me heal him with Stoner real quick. Yeah, if we can't go through the river, that means that we're not going to be able to get to that mansion. And that means that this whole trip will be fruitless, but it looks like we can go through it. Okay, we can actually go through it, which is really good. And we got to this mansion way faster than I thought we would. There is a saber-tooth tiger and were-tigers, which, I mean, that's just terrifying. I guess I'll try and take out the lesser tiger first with a big attack, and then maybe Firaga and just damage everything at once. And I'm even going to use Fundaga because these enemies just scare me. I'm also realizing I should probably be using Death on one of those big turtles and then focusing all my damage on the other one, because the big turtles just have so much HP that a Death spell would be really nice to just knock one out immediately. How much is this going to do? That's a huge chunk of damage actually on them, so I'm really happy about that. They didn't give me as much XP as I thought they would. I thought they were going to be stronger than that, but we did pretty good. Oh, and this is a dungeon. Oh no, maybe it's not. You come bearing the crown, I see. I think that's the crown we took from the Dark Elf, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure. The Dark Elf King. Your fortitude cannot be questioned. Indeed not. Very well, I shall grant you the right to undergo the trials. Go now, sit upon the throne. Your courage will be put to the test. If true courage dwells within you, you will find proof of it here. Okay. We got a little head nod from Groq. He approves of this message. I don't see any throne, though, that we're supposed to sit on, allegedly. Oh, it must be in here, then. Yep, there's the throne. We're getting teleported somewhere. Hopefully... Okay, Citadel of Trials, 2nd floor. Let's see where we gotta go. Looks like we gotta go to the bottom right. Is there any chests in here? There is one chest to the top right. It doesn't look like there's any more anywhere else, which is good for us, but there does seem to be a lot of teleporters and stuff, which is very confusing. We're gonna have to try and keep track of that. But I mean, as long as we walk in like one direction, we should be fine. Oh, and the teleporters don't take you to another teleporter. They just take you to another empty room. So I suppose it is fine then. The question is, do we go top or bottom? I'm gonna go top because it's further away and it's the first one, so it's probably the simplest answer, which is go to the rare one. And I was wrong. Looks like it took us all the way back to the start, and we have to fight zombie dragons. I'm praying that a hit from Block, a hit from Risa, and a Dia is going to be enough to kill them, and if not, we might be in for, you know, some trouble. But keep your fingers crossed. It is enough to kill, which is absolutely huge. I'm super glad. I did not want to get a ton of damage done to me by a zombie dragon. That said, zombie dragons obviously are not an elemental creature, so I wonder if they don't have any AoE type of spells. Because I can't think of any, like, elemental trait that a zombie would have. So I'm assuming that they don't have that, which is nice. This time I'm going to go to the same one, whatever. If I get it wrong, I'll just come back. which I probably will get it wrong because knowing my luck. Oh, okay, it just took us back 1. It didn't take us back too far. That's kind of then. I'm gonna do the same thing again, use Dia, which, you know, it's a little bit unfortunate that we have to use Dias. Oh, actually, I probably shouldn't have because we ended up one-shotting that guy. These guys are weaker than I thought they were. It probably would have been better to just use melee attacks, but it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Dia and Heal are probably our weakest spells. I could theoretically buy, like, a stronger Dia spell, but I'm pretty sure the one we saw in town, I wasn't even allowed to use. Which is, like, so weird. I really do not understand why we can't use that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. This one we should be fine though. I'm gonna put everyone on the bottom one because last time Block one-shot it and Risa did not. Which maybe they're weak to fire magic because they're like, I don't know, flesh rends off of their bones because they're zombies or something. I'm not sure, but it seems like they might be weak to fire, or at least more weak to fire than they are to ice. You know what I mean? I picked the wrong one again, unfortunately. I've picked the wrong one every single time. Which is great. I'm just glad it doesn't take you back to the start every time, because if it did, we'd be running a lot. I'm pretty sure it's the bottom one. I honestly was not thinking straight when I picked it, but it should be the bottom one. Oh no! They did the one-hit kill! Okay. That is very bad. I'm not gonna res him, because even if we res him, I fear that he's just gonna die immediately, so I'm gonna wait until after the battle to res him. And I'm gonna use Death on one of these guys, and hopefully it works. Because I don't think they have that much HP, so I was hoping that it would have more odds of proccing, but unfortunately it does not. Hopefully Groq and Yella can take out that one. He's doing Mind Blast. That must be a spell that has a chance of killing one person on your party. Which, I know I have that spell, where I can just kill everyone on the other team if they're low enough level, but oh, it sucks. It really sucks getting hit by that. But it's fine. We can use life, and we can revive him, and maybe Hilara? I mean, nobody's really low. I'm just gonna use Cure twice. I'll say all 3 times, whatever, it doesn't matter. And maybe Heal? Yeah, we can use Heal. Heal is good. Now we're pretty good. There is still a lot of HP missing from Block, so I'm gonna upgrade him a bit. I did forget to restock before I came here, but it should be fine. I've still got, like, a ton of potions and stuff. This one's only one direction, so we should be good on this one as well. Oh, I've already done that one. I just forgot about it. Hopefully Groq, hopefully Block and Risa can one-shot these guys. Look like they can. Oh, but they do fire magic. I'm very glad that I ended up healing up before I came in here, because with both of them doing fire magic, 60 damage to every single one of my party, that could have been rough. I'm glad that it seems like Groq and Yella are taking significantly less damage than usual, because we were able to upgrade not only their armor plate piece, their like armband or whatever, but we were also able to upgrade their gloves. We were able to upgrade everyone's gloves, which is just so awesome because they have not had an upgrade in ages. Okay, we do have Stona, but obviously these guys are probably going to do some, you know, turning us into stone if they get a chance to attack, which they don't, thank God. But we're going to have to be careful of those guys. I'm very glad that I have the stone spell, because if I didn't, having to fight a bunch of Medusas would be problematic. There's a teleporter right here, but I don't think they would give us the teleporter right next to us that teleports us to the end. I also don't think it would be the one all the way in the back. So I'm just going to pick the one down here and to the right. And then I'm just going to pray that that's correct. I accidentally attacked the wrong enemy with yellow, but it should be fine. Yeah, we only took one hit anyways, it wouldn't have mattered. And fingers crossed. Come on! Oh, it took us so far back! Oh my god, that is tough. Okay, well, we know the pattern now. Hopefully we don't encounter too many enemies, and we should be able to just blitz our way straight through. I still believe that it's one of those two in the middle. Because it's been the one that's far away in the corner, like here. And it's been the one that's close, like after this long hallway, it'll be the one that's close. So surely it'll be one of the two that's in the middle. And I'm gonna be so salty if I go through this whole area and go through the two in the middle and go through the one that's really far away and it turns out to be the close one, because bruh. But I doubt that's gonna happen. Surely it's not gonna do us like that. That would be cruel and unusual, to be honest. I guess we attack the bottom one because Risa does less damage than block usually against these guys, but like, it doesn't matter. They both one-shot him, so that's fine, and fingers crossed. Let's go! I knew it had to be one of those two middle ones. I'm so glad that I didn't have to run all the way through. But now we're at the Citadel of Trials, 3rd floor. And I'm assuming we're gonna have to go all the way around the square, which seems easier. It seems easier than the last one, but I'm not convinced, especially because we're getting put to sleep, which probably isn't going to negatively impact us that much. Yeah, I just wake up immediately, which is nice. And I don't have any more Dia, which is, I mean, unfortunate. But they don't seem to do that much damage. And I think I might be able to kill some of them with Thundara. But we'll have to see. I don't think they're going to have that much HP, is why I think it might work, but I'm not that hopeful. And I was right, they are pretty low on HP. I feel like the Dia spells aren't worth it, because the zombified enemies, the undead, are usually the weakest enemies. Which, oh, we got a pony. That's pretty cool. I guess I'll put both of them on one. And then maybe do Thundara. And just hope that these guys are weak to lightning, I guess. I don't know. Oh, he snorted at me and it blinded me. Oh wow, I did a lot of damage, actually. I'm glad I didn't end up wasting the Thundara on them. I thought that they were going to be stronger, because I'd never seen them before. Oh, a healing staff! Oh, Groq! Groq! I have something for you. Okay. It does decrease his attack and his accuracy, but I presume that it increases his healing, and I'm gonna equip it to him, even though it's worse for him. If you know whether or not it actually increases or decreases, I mean, obviously it wouldn't decrease. Well, maybe it would decrease his healing in the case that, like, his healing is based on how much damage he can do. But if you know whether or not it actually increases healing, even though it's a weaker weapon, please tell me in the comments, because if that increases his healing, that is absolutely huge. We did get a ruby armlet from that, which, I mean, I don't need it because I just bought 3 of them, so it's kind of unfortunate, but it's fine. We have a ton of money. And we got another ice brand, which I believe, yeah, that's his sword. And just the ice brand actually does more than the flame sword. Huh. So I guess I'll equip the ice brand. Well, nah, it's barely better, and I do want some elemental mixture. I don't want everyone to be ice. So I will keep them separate. Steel gloves are definitely worse than what we have, because we've got like a protective ring, and before that we had like mithril gloves, so that should be nothing. This, I'm going to defend with everyone, and then I'm going to use Scourge. And I'm just going to hope that they're low enough level compared to us that they all die. And also, I'm gonna hope that they don't use Fyra, which does AoE damage. And it also seems like defending doesn't actually resist magic. Because everyone took about the same amount of damage, which is unfortunate. We did get 4 of them, which is nice. Our remaining 2, you know, our Block and Risa should be able to one-shot them. Hopefully before that guy does AoE spell. Tough, tough, tough. But we should be able to see now whether or not his healing staff actually does more. Because before we were healing around 100, he was 1 XP away from healing, by the way. I don't know if anyone saw that. But before we were around 100 healing per person, so now we should be, I don't know, around roughly 533 on block. 350, whatever. Let's see. It doesn't seem like it did more. But maybe I just didn't keep track well enough? I don't know, it didn't seem like it did more. I'm gonna keep it on him for the rest of this dungeon, just in case. But, oh wow, these guys are... I don't even know, they're like jacked or something. I'm actually gonna have both of them attack the same one. I'm just gonna have everyone attack the same one, because I'm fearful that these guys are super tanky. Okay, no, they're not so bad. Oh, but they've got haste spells that they can use on themselves, which doesn't really help them, because it kind of just wastes a turn. Usually monsters don't survive more than like 1 turn in this game, unless they're super, super tanky, or like bosses or something. What did we just... I think we just got an item, but I don't know. I like clicked through it too fast on accident. What was that? Mithril Hammer? No. I don't... Was it gauntlets? Gloves that cast Thundara we used. Oh! Oh! This changes things. I should be reading the item descriptions more. Armlet ornament with rubies, steel, power that guards against ice, power of ice, revives, guards against ice, hammer wrought from mithril, cold needle remedy. Okay. Let's see if we can look through our equipment. It doesn't... I feel like I've never seen anything that says something like that before. I'm gonna see... I mean, they're called gauntlets. Gloves that cast Thundara when used. Which spell exactly is Thundara? Thundaga. Thundara is the level 3 spell. So they're not that strong. But it is a free spell. And I could honestly just spam Thundara if the enemy is ever not strong enough that I don't need to use my mana. And that also means that I can use Hold, because it's my only other level 3 spell, which, like, whatever, I'm probably not going to use it anyways because it's a level 3 spell. But that's pretty useful. And I'll have to try that. I'll have to try that next fight we do. I'll assume this one? No, none of them had monsters in it. Okay, okay. We are at a chest. Oh! A rat's tail. Okay, we got a rat's tail, apparently. Let's see what that does. Items. Key items, I presume. A token of valor and strength. Interesting. Okay. Levistone. Okay, let's see what we've used the canoe before. We've used the Mystic Key. We've used the crown just now. We've used Earth Rod? I don't think we have used Earth Rod. We should try and use that in battle, because I bet you that does some kind of spell or something in battle. We've got the Levistone, which maybe that uses... Maybe that has a use in battle? I'm not really sure. I guess we could try the Rat's Tail too. And the loot. The loot we've also never used. So I guess we should try the Earth Rod, the Levistone, the Rat's Tail, and the loot in battle. The Crown, Mystic Key, and Canoe are obviously not going to do anything. And then we gotta try those gloves. Those gloves are gonna be cool. But I don't want to use them against a dragon zombie, because I'm nervous that it's not gonna do anything. Obviously, I want to use the gloves. Protect ring. A ring that guards against instant death? What? I did not know. How did I even get here? Interesting, you can switch inventories by going up. I did not know that. But protecting a ring that guards against instant death is actually really good. I didn't even read it. But that's super good. I did not realize that we were going to be able to not have the problem of block and everyone just dying instantly anymore. That's super convenient. But we can use the gauntlets and see what happens. Hopefully, it's enough to kill them. But I'm not sold. I'm also not convinced that the gauntlet item is even going to do as much as the regular spell. But let's see. Wow. That's honestly incredible. And let's check our inventory. They're still there. So we can just use these as much as we want. That's kind of insane. I'm going to check Groq's healing staff. A staff that casts heal when used. Oh. It casts heal when used. Okay, so then we can check our spells. Whoops. We can check our spells. And heal is the level 3 spell. Wow. That's really good. Wait, so can we not just use this? No party members can equip this now. Okay, so we have to use it in battle in order to use it. But I wonder if we can get... I'm curious if multiple people can use the same item. I presume not, because that seems kind of broken. But we maybe can farm those items too. Like, if we could just get a bunch of healing staffs. Which, I mean, I'm probably not going to use a healing staff anyways, but theoretically we could do that. And have a bunch of healing staffs. And then we can just heal a bunch whenever we want. I'm going to try and use the loot. It doesn't work, of course. I thought that maybe it would let us summon our boat. But of course it doesn't. And while these enemies are kind of strong... You know, okay, I don't want to be too risky. So I am going to not use items like a crazy person. I am going to use... Oops. I hate that I have to go down to get to it instead of just hitting down once. It takes me all the way up, but that's fine. I'm going to use the healing staff. And I'm going to use the gauntlets. Okay, so you cannot have multiple people use the same item in one turn. Which is interesting. And then I can just set it to go. And theoretically, I think they'll just keep healing and casting thunder over and over again. Which is actually kind of broken. Yeah, he's just gonna keep healing it forever for free. That's insane. I feel like unbeatable. The fact that I can just do that. I feel like I don't have to worry about anything anymore. My DPS is constantly going to be high. My healing is constantly going to be going up. And Risa and Block still do just a ton of damage. Plus we've got Thundara, which is going to be doing a bunch of AoE damage to everyone. This feels incredibly broken. The only downside to it is that I can't use it on the map. But, like, that doesn't really matter. I don't think there's anything up, by the way, so I'm just not going to go up. I could check with the boat again if I need to, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing up there. But that's like, incredible. What? Wyvern and Allosaurus? I guess the desert has, like, fossilized monsters, which makes sense, I guess. Unfortunately, we didn't... Oh, we did get our heal off. This guy is tanky! Hopefully we can heal again before he dies, but yeah, I figured not. Okay, so I'm glad we went to that place first, because those items are going to help us a lot when exploring the dungeon, especially knowing that we're going to have to fight those tanky-ass dinosaurs. Unfortunately, we didn't get the fairy. Instead, we got a rat's tail, which, I mean, I have no idea what that is. I'm going to try and walk around here for a little bit and see if I can encounter some enemies to test the new items that I have on, just to see if they actually do anything. Of course, we end up fighting a Allosaurus. I don't want to test it on the Allosaurus. He's way too strong for testing mayhem, so let's just try and kill him. unfortunately, if both of our regular, if Black and Risa both hit him and they end up doing a good amount of damage, it seems like he does die quite quickly. I mean, whatever. It's okay if we take quite a bit of damage here. We're gonna go to town after this anyways. We don't need to use that. So it seems like we can't use key items, actually. So I guess I don't need to test anything. And I guess we can just do auto attacks and then go to the village. But wow, healing staff and gauntlets is like... that just completely changed the game for me. That's actually insane. But, I mean, next time, I guess we go into the desert and see what's going on there. But, for now, we're going to have to end it there. Next time, we will actually explore the desert. I'm pretty sure I said that we were going to explore the desert next time on the last episode as well. But this time, for real, we will explore the desert. Probably. Almost definitely. I don't think I'm going to want to go to the holes on the islands yet, because that's just so far off to the west that I feel like it's going to be harder than the desert. But part of me also thinks that the desert might be the penultimate arena, just because it's so cool compared to everything else. So maybe I will go into the holes in the islands in the next episode, but I don't know. You're gonna have to wait to find out. But for me, I'll think about it. I'll make a decision, and I'll see you there. Bye bye!